He just said get scared.
Why are you already laughing?
Spaghetti. Or is it biscotti? What did you say?
Biscotti. No,
Biscotti.
I just said gibberish, apparently. I was just like,
That's like 80% of our podcast. It's just gibberish.
It is. That's fair.
Anyways, welcome to the Error 818 podcast again.
Yeah, we took a week hiatus. How was everyone's 420 weekend?
Easter.
Work.
Sure.
Columbine anniversary.
You're not wrong. Hi, Mac.
Yeah. He's not wrong. Like, I don't know. Well, you worked, didn't you?
Yeah, I was working all
Okay.
weekend.
I was out of town, and Joe just decided to fuck the podcast for that weekend. He wasn't doing a solo one.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't going to do it.
All right,
I could have.
Joe doesn't like flying solo, all right?
I don't blame him. It's difficult. You're just sitting there.
Talking about killing myself.
You're just talking to yourself. You're, I hope someone comes out and comments.
That's how it is when I stream. Like,
Yeah, but you're doing something. You're playing like a video game or something.
sometimes.
A video game.
See, yeah, video games.
Wait,
Sometimes
you film yourself just idle without playing video games?
I mean, yeah, if you just want to have a chill session, you just talk to your chat.
Man, that's weird.
Okay,
I could never get
we
into
know
it.
what you actually do on there.
I was waiting for it. Waiting for it. Yeah, there it is. We made it about a minute and a half before the first sexual / dick / whatever joke.
Not even. I already said Joe Flash doesn't like flying solo.
What's your battery percentage at?
He just charged it.
I just
too.
charged it, so it's at
You
89%.
fucking cheater.
What do you fucking mean? It was dead.
You cheater.
It was dead. It was dead earlier.
Should have left it that way.
It was dead AF.
Fuck you.
Usually when things die, you just leave them that way.
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to say just leave them there. I was just like, damn, damn,
When they die.
ruthless over here.
What, should I put it in a box when it was like 1%, then close it and treat it like Schrodinger's phone? Is it dead? Does it have percentage? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was dead.
Or put it in your pocket. I think you get the same result.
Schrodinger's pocket.
Schrodinger's pocket.
That's a pocket I don't want to.
Ooh. I'm game. Fuck it. Let's do it. Put your hand in it. Pull out a skeleton.
But yeah, so you had potheads and girls who like murderers. So
What do you mean?
in one weekend, going crazy, doing their thing.
What are you talking
Oh, yeah. No, there was a church.
420?
420.
Yeah, no,
What
but
are you talking about?
I didn't see any, like, well, I hardly saw any 420 movies.
Oh, I saw
I know,
this.
me too. Surprisingly, I
Same,
didn't
right?
really see.
I thought
I mean, I did see quite a few, but I didn't see near as many as I have the last few years.
Yeah.
I saw this one thing where 2 church boys were kicked out of the church for filling the censer, which, like, you put the sense in it.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, they filled the little thing with the marijuana.
Yeah, they filled it with weed.
Interesting.
They're just sitting there. Everyone's like, man, this is pretty dope fucking mass. Holy shit.
Dude, praise it and blaze it.
That's right.
Oh my God.
The entire time the preacher's like, I would tell y'all to stand, but shit. I'm
420 praise it.
Fucking teacher sitting there, or the preacher guy standing there, and he's like, I would tell y'all to stand, but shit, I'm about to take a seat myself, man. I don't know if I want to do all this. A lot of reading. Can't open my eyes. Yeah, no. I didn't see a lot of 420 memes. I saw a fair amount of Easter memes. Nothing too crazy, though.
I saw plenty of Easter memes. I'm trying to remember the one. Apparently, it wasn't that memorable. But it was clever as fuck, as far as I remember.
Mars.
Yeah, fuck it. It was Mars.
Fuck it, it was Mars.
It was Mars. That's all you gotta know.
Well,
All I
It's
do know is that a lot of people in the cosplay community were, doing some type of bunny cosplay.
Oh, God.
Whether it be a bunny suit, some anime bunny girl thing, whatever,
Bunny
or
ears,
something else. There's a lot of that.
They're doing that with the black hole.
They do that with everything.
Yeah.
Black Hole Chan,
Earth
fucking
Chan.
Earth Chan, Google Chrome Chan,
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
Chrome
Firefox.
Chan,
Firefox
Firefox
Chan.
Chan.
Internet Explorer channel.
Earth,
Yeah.
Wind, Water, Fire, Shine.
These are all things that have happened.
Dead
I've
ass.
seen all of them.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt
I'm
that.
not sharing it.
Yeah, between the two of you, like 90%
Kyle,
of
put your
the
phone away.
No,
Kyle,
I gotta show Matt.
Put your phone away, Kyle.
90% of the weeb content I get is from you guys in the private chat that we have. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all are always sending me some fucked up ooh woo oh whoa.
Ooh, what's
this? Did you guys see that one video I sent y'all?
Which one?
Fucking with the I think it's Team Fortress or whatever, the mod or whatever the fuck they do. It was an animated type video.
Oh, I tweeted at.
I think so.
I put a comment on
It was fucking-
on one dude I follow. It's like, yo, dude, I love you. Check out our podcast.
Wow.
That's it, right? I wanna figure out how much billboard space costs. And then
Yes.
just somewhere randomly in town, just blast a billboard for us. Like, oh, check out this podcast. It's not entertaining or anything.
No,
Check
no,
it
it
out.
must be good if they have their own billboard.
I guess. Apparently, I wonder if that's a thing in California. Because in California, and I think we talked about it before, where there's like
There's a lot of content creators in Cali.
yeah, there's a lot of people who actually will put themselves up on a billboard and say, "Hey, rent my personality for your party."
I was about to say, because I
We
mean, they had
talked
a
about
billboard for Cobra Kai season 2, and that's just a YouTube Red series.
That's
So
wild. Why do you need a billboard for that? Like, who is driving around? Not like if your target audience isn't already on their phones knowing what that fucking shit is. I mean, how many more people?
actually, surprisingly, there's a lot of people who don't know what the fuck Cobra Kai is. And it's sad.
Oh my
Like every time I get on YouTube, it's like Cobra Kai season 2. I'm like,
Dude, it's so good. Like, if
Is
you
it?
like Karate Kid, you'll love that fucking series.
I don't know. I never really got into Karate Kid.
All right.
Because
I wonder why.
So he tweeted back at me, does your podcast talk about how nothing has ever or
You like
will
that?
ever happen in
It's a good one,
Tiananmen
right?
Square, particularly at the incident that isn't even an incident because it didn't even occur on June the 4th.
Oh, are they talking about where China
1989.
tried to say Tiananmen Square didn't happen?
Yeah.
No, we got photos of it. That shit did. That was staged.
7-Eleven was a part-time
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Ching ching chong. Didn't happen. That was racist as fuck just now.
I don't know how to reply to this.
Which one?
No, he's literally asking, does it ever talk about that shit? And I'm
You
just
can
like,
like just reply.
That's
sure.
fucking
Just
wild,
say
though.
sure.
Like, that's a fucking wild, random as shit.
You should just tell them like right now. You just,
Right now, you're missing
you
it. You
just missed it.
Just missed it.
So there was a square named Tiananmen, and China executed it.
Yeah, they executed a whole square.
Whole fucking square. They're like,
Turn that
"Got it."
bitch. Turn that
whole-
bitch into 2 triangles.
That's right.
Fucking bet.
They cut a circle in it, and they're like, we don't like pointing things around.
All right, no, but
because
that-
communism.
that's funny as shit. That is super fucking funny that he replied.
That is great.
Oh, hey, there's that thing you showed me.
Eating the statue's ass.
If you're not eating statue ass, are you even doing it? What the fuck did I just look at?
I don't know, but I saved that and sent that to some people.
God damn it, dude. I hate
More
looking. I
hentai.
fucking hate it whenever I look over. Every time it's hentai, e-thoughts, or some fucking weeb shit. Every time I look over at your goddamn Instagram feed.
More hentai.
God fucking bless.
God, why is there a lot of hentai in this today?
They really wanted you to masturbate
I
today.
guess. I don't know, man.
Are you serious right now?
I
Why?
can't.
Why? You know
Certainly
that-
not because you follow it.
Like right
Thank
now,
you.
there's
Thank you,
just
Joe.
so much of it. Usually when I check my Instagram, it's nothing. But
Hashtag-
apparently on the fucking podcast, it's like
yeah.
just
because
hentai.
they're calling you the
Just
fuck out.
flowing out of my
They're
phone.
calling you
That's
hashtag.
not blowing out of
That's
my
right.
phone with the
Hey
hand
Kyle, I
motions.
need you to re-up your fucking tweet about the podcast. Hashtag hentai hours.
The real hentai hours.
The real hentai.
Oh god.
Oh,
So
man.
when you guys ready for that? Eventually, someone's going to do a Tiananmen Square hentai.
Oh,
I'm
God.
pretty confident.
I'm surprised they did. Never mind. I'm not even
They
gonna.
haven't done it
I'm on
already.
it.
Not gonna
Oh, no.
not gonna go there.
I love how we always get you to search like.
What up,
weird
one
fucking
viewer?
shit. Oh, hi.
Wait.
Oh hi. How are you?
Hi there.
Spencer, is that you?
Oh hello, 2
Oh,
viewers.
2 viewers.
But
Hi, I
no.
didn't see you there.
This is not good.
But no, like I just never got into the Karate Kid thing, so I could never get into the Cobra Kai thing.
You never got in the Karate Kid.
Well, 'cause
And I said I wonder why earlier to him, and
'Cause
it was a good pun.
I've been doing like, so those that don't know, I do martial arts, and I've been doing it since like the age of 5. And I'm
The age of
30 now.
Mars.
He's too good for martial arts movies.
No, dude, fucking, I'd be horrible at them.
Or
They'd like, we're gonna-
excuse me, kid martial art movies, because those aren't true martial art movies.
Well, no, I enjoy. So when I was
like fucking Enter the Dragon, shit like that. Those are
I only
dope.
have 0 now. I'm like, oh,
Nice. I like it.
like, God, fuck these guys.
What happened in Tiananmen Square,
where,
China,
guys?
in 1989?
Good question.
Good question.
But yeah, no, I just when I was younger, I was really into kung fu movies.
GG
Unfortunately, there
GG
is
no viewers.
GG no re, dude.
Drop on that guy.
There is no Tiananmen Square hentai. There is just regular hentai.
What is that? Rule 34?
Yeah.
Is that? It's only a matter of time, dude.
He said GG.
No re.
He said GG, but it was BG.
It's BGs.
Oh yeah, man.
Hello,
Oh.
one viewer.
I don't know. Or
It's not.
you
Oh,
guys,
come on.
well, you guys don't ever watch fucking Marvel movies, do you?
I do.
He does.
You do? I
Dude,
fucking love Marvel.
So I saw the
I
latest
know.
Avengers last night.
I swear to God, if you
Fucking
fucking
amazing.
talk about it, I'm gonna kill you.
It is fuck. I'm not gonna give any spoilers because fuck that shit. That's lame.
I'm gonna kill you.
But no, it's great. But when you watch it, you
no,
gotta
I heard some people fucking cry.
you got to bring tissues with you. It almost got me. I was
You're
sitting
just,
there, and I
you're
was
just sitting there, just
I was
like,
sitting there, yeah, because I went with Megan, and I was sitting the entire
Yeah.
time, and I was like, I can't fucking cry. I
I
cannot
cannot
fucking
cry next to this woman.
I was, yeah, I was like,
Yo,
God,
that's
fucking
perfect.
damn it.
Now I have to go because I don't give a shit about those movies, so I'll just sit there and laugh.
People all around, like you could hear, like when they got to the part where people were sniffling and shit, and I was like, that is fucking. The way they did it was fucking great. Even better than when Spider-Man died. Even better.
Damn.
It was, dude, fucking wild movie. It's
Better?
a wild dude, yeah. All 3 hours, and it doesn't fucking feel like it. It's like some kind of fucked up, crazy, emotional roller coaster. The way it starts out is fucked up. It is a great fucking. I love
Doesn't
it.
everything start fucked up?
No, this one in particular
My
starts
life
really
sure
fucked
did.
up.
Hold
Hold it. Hold the fuck up. Nah, it is. It was a god damn, dude. I can't wait until like the next 3 or 4 weeks when people have actually seen it. It's like,
Hey, Kyle, stop looking at porn.
I'm not looking at fucking porn. I'm trying to find that fucking thing to show Mac because I couldn't find it
That's
fucking
all
earlier.
ethos shit
Just
right
give
there.
up.
That is
Yeah.
ethos shit.
Just
But
give up.
Looking at the
I'm
fucking-
gonna find
every
it.
Just give up.
podcast, this
I'm
man.
gonna find it eventually.
You know what?
Maybe.
Fuck it. Let's all get on our phones then.
I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm the tech guy, so I usually look up random fucking
This is
shit
true.
for everybody on this.
When did
fucking
China start
podcast.
denying Tiananmen Square?
Since it happened.
No, okay. So at first they were trying to deny it, saying like, no, like their first thing was like, this isn't happening or whatever the fuck, right? And then it
This
leaked.
isn't a thing.
Right. And now they're trying to say something else though, like what, like it was staged or some shit like that?
Oh, it was just for a movie.
Right. Like they're starting, like they're half-ass owning up to it. They're like, oh, this happened, but it didn't happen the way people thought it did.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. What the fuck else is going on in the world?
Not Tiananmen
Ooh.
Square.
Nothing that matters.
Fair enough. There's that guy who did something happened, what, Sri Lanka or some shit like that?
Oh, Sri Lanka.
Suicide bombing.
Was that what it was? I
Yeah,
couldn't, like,
that's some type of like church or some shit.
okay, I wasn't sure if it was a shooting or that. And then this past week, actually, there's a fucking dude was driving a semi truck with lumber, and
Lumber?
where the fuck was this? I want to say it was one of the Dakotas, or maybe it was the northern state.
Southern.
I don't know what the fuck the dude was doing. Plows into traffic and fucking kills a shit ton of people, and he survives.
Was he playing Hitman?
No, like a bunch of cars on fire and everything.
Like, did he fall asleep or did he do it on purpose?
Fuck if I know. They didn't get that far, and then like I had literally just saw the news article as like it had happened like I think 4 or so hours ahead of time.
Christ.
Yeah, dude. Just they said originally it was like one person killed, and then I think they brought it to like no. There's also woman fell to her death at the Grand Canyon. 4th person this month.
Sounds about right.
4th person. They're all fucking old people. All right.
Sounds about right.
Don't play that fucking video. So I
Oh, God.
look.
Here you go, Mac. Here's your sexy black hole.
I guess. But so fucking the 64-year-old lady loses her footing on a hike and is like holding on for your dear life for a few minutes while they're trying to get like rescue people to her, and then she falls, right? And then they talk about the 3 other people that fell. And I think the majority of them are all old people. And this lady gets on and she's like,
this was the one I was trying to find.
well, that one's pretty cool. I like that one. But so
All right, I'm getting off my phone.
oh, so this lady, the newscaster, actually in that very video that was getting ready to pull up on my phone, she starts talking about how it's because
People are liking my reply to.
she said it's
CNN
because
search.
people keep fucking they're on their phones and shit like that. She's like, with the increase of phones and technology, people aren't paying attention to the footing. And yeah, I'm like, what fucking old person is just walking around with the goddamn selfie stick like, yeah, just sliding off the Grand Canyon? Like, who the fuck? Yeah, like.
You're not an old person, Kyle.
No,
Put
you're
your
not.
hand down.
When I get old, it's gonna be.
Well, that's going to be like 90% of our population when they get old because that's going to be the only thing they know.
That's the thing. They're not gonna get old.
All the young people are going to have fucking just drones following them constantly. Just that's going to be the new selfie stick. Is just drones following them.
All I can think of now is like some future world where everybody has a drone following them. So
they got
like if
VR.
someone's like running around and they accidentally bump into someone, do the drones crash too?
Bow!
You think?
Oh!
No, you.
And
think
then as soon as the drones crash and they break, they both die.
Oh, Jesus. No, so here's how it is. Everyone's going to have like VR goggles and we're going to have those drones following them. So everyone's going to be living life in third person. And that's what's going to happen.
that'd
Some
be
guy's going to be running and their
kinda
drones are
dope.
going to collide and they're going to go blind. Like, oh, fuck. And then one of them's going to run right into a fucking self-driving car. It's like,
And this is what it's like when drones collide.
and then, yeah. And then that's what, like, the news article is going to be like, someone's like watching the VR and it pops up on the little screen on the bottom, like, 2 dead today from their VR drones colliding or whatever the fuck.
Oh no, it's not even gonna pop up like that. It's just gonna be like a kill feed in the video.
Today's kill count from stupidity, just scrolling off to
No,
the
like-
side.
For the rest of your life, in the corner of your like VR goggles, it's just like a kill kit. So every person that dies, so every second
Oh,
there's gonna
yeah, everyone's gonna have like their own username. So and so died. Self-driving car killed. Dude, it's gonna be fucking wild. I think in like the next 3 to 4 decades, we're gonna start to see a lot of shit like that, where people are just gonna get so used to like living in a world outside of their own like vision, like their first-person vision. That'll be kind of a rarity for like if someone's walking around without shit, people are like, what the fuck, dude? It's kind of like when we see people with flip phones now.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, that person is.
One of my buddy at work has a fucking flip phone. I'm like, I understand why you have it, but why do you have it?
drugs.
You're not wrong.
Sometimes
Burner phone.
Drugs.
burner phones all the time. But no, I think that's where it's going to go. Is like a lot of people are like the people without VR or drones following them. It's going to be kind of like looked at as like a flip phone status now. You know, we kind of look at people and it's like, why do you have a flip phone?
I better get VR soon then.
I mean,
Dude, that's gonna be like people asking. It's like, why do you have regular eyes instead of bionic eyes?
yeah, something like that. I think stuff like that is going to be more commonplace.
Why didn't
you know?
anybody-
Why don't you have a robot arm, Mac? God.
Why didn't anybody buy
Artificial
Google Glass?
I'm working on it. You said what?
Why didn't anybody buy Google Glass?
Because
that-
it looked retarded.
Well,
Yeah,
not
you're right.
well, not only that, but like that was like the very first one shot at that kind of technology we
Yeah.
tried. You know,
We're still really young with that technology.
Wait, retard's a bad term for that. It looked autistic.
Okay.
you really didn't have to go back on that one.
So
I wanted to though.
back to
Tiananmen
Mac.
Square.
Joe's questioning his existence, trying to see it. But yeah, I think that's what's going to be in the future is a lot of people just like VR or even augmented reality. I think will be a big thing. That's because when you're walking around with that shit, is it cheaper to fucking start putting stuff up on billboards or to have like fucking shit pop up in like a virtual reality space? Like, have you ever seen that show? Fucking what is it, Black Carbon or something like that?
Black Mirror.
Well, Black Mirror is no, not Black Mirror. It's something carbon. And basically, what it is
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
yeah, it's basically humans are used like the human body is used as a sleeve, and they have this little chip in the back. And the only way to kill someone is to destroy that chip.
I'm trying to remember. It's
It's
some
like dark carbon or black carbon or some shit like that. And pretty much what it is these people have like augmented eyes, and that's how it is. And you can actually like get like an ad blocker installed in like your fucking human sleeve, and it reduces like 90% of whatever the fuck. It might be carbon black, but it's a ridiculously good show. It's on Netflix, and I think that's kind of where the world will start going, where people are
Carbon Netflix. There you go.
Netflix carbon. I like it. That was it. Right
Was
there.
it just called Carbon? That's it.
Altered Carbon?
Altered
Carbon.
Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
That is a
Carbon.
really good show if you get a chance to watch it, and it is though. It like, and I think that's kind of like where we're gonna go. Like even now with smartphones, I think as smartphone progression goes, as more people are starting to use it, and it really is becoming harder and harder to find flip phones.
Yeah.
I think you'll see a lot of like people when they're taking selfies or something like that. I think this is just me rambling, really, but I think really, and I could really see it. It would be like if you take a selfie, you'd have to either have like some kind of ad in the background, or fucking you have to pay for a program to like keep ads out of the background that are VR.
Mm.
So as you're going through and like as we get more and more into altered reality, you know,
Yeah.
or if like you take a picture of like a cityscape or something like that, it might have like a bunch of different ads on it, and you're like, I really don't want those in there, so then you got to get programmed to brush those, or you can just like pay for a certain camera app that won't have those and will show you the image as it is without all the fucking VR ads in it.
So Instagram without a phone. Instagram VR. There you go.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Where like, you know, I mean, like eventually, where do we get to the point to where advertisers or marketing or just companies in general, where they view it as like, you know what, it's just way cheaper to just shove it in your fucking face, and either you got to live with it or you can pay to get it fucking removed. You know?
Well, then again, they would also probably spin it off where it's like for like this many days, week, months.
Yeah, or like you get so many free, clean photographs before you just start fucking jamming a bunch of fucking shit into it, you know? So, because I mean, you see that now, like fucking, I don't remember, like, you remember watching YouTube way back when YouTube first came out?
Oh yeah.
How many fucking ads would you see before you
None.
played a video? None. Now you get like a video you get an ad at the start of a video, the end of a video, and at the start of the next fucking video.
And
You gotta-
sometimes in the middle, depending on
Yeah.
how long the video is.
Exactly. Like there's probably already like a video playing, like for people that are watching this on record.
That
They've
are
probably already seen
YouTube
an
Red
ad.
members.
Yeah. And so I think it gets to that point where instead of you're paying, or maybe even more, instead of paying for a different level of apps to reduce that shit, you just pay for a different, like if you get like a really basic iPhone, you just have the ads there. Maybe you can get an app to erase the ads. But if you get like a top-notch iPhone, you don't have to worry about ads at all as you take a picture or a video. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be like in the picture, like foreground, but like let's say we took a selfie right now, like it might just on the back there, like it senses we're drinking an energy drink or you guys are vaping, and it just puts whoever highest bidder ad space in the background there. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be really weird.
It would, but we also used to think it was really weird seeing an ad watching a fucking internet video or scrolling through Facebook. Whenever they first started doing targeted ads, we're like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And now we're just like, oh, well,
Yeah, whatever.
I just thought about that, and now they got on my Facebook. That's normal.
Yeah.
Like we just fucking accept it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's that far fetched to think that eventually we're gonna go into that space. You know, as far as altered reality and VR content.
Yeah, everybody wants money.
It is. It's a big money grab
Money
now.
makes the world go round.
But it's okay. So the thing about that though is it's so much easier to get money. Like right now is like if there's a company and they're not fucking buying ad space on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever the fuck, they're losing. Like this is the cheapest, and this will forever, for as long as time is, I think, for the internet, this will be the cheapest we ever get fucking ad space on social media platforms. Because as more companies get privy to it, they're going to start dumping big fucking money into it. And it's just like real estate. It's going to bump up the cost for everyone.
Yeah.
So your little $4 fucking Instagram ad, eventually, I think in the next 4 or 5 years, becomes like a $15 to $20 fucking Instagram ad.
Yeah.
You know?
Or just because someone puts something out there and reaches so many people, it becomes, you know, targeted to certain people that like the same things.
Right, and they already do that with hashtags. That's why.
Well, they do that with hashtags, but my friend, that artist that I showed both of you, she just recently started a Patreon,
Okay.
and it got so many likes and everything that it just popped up for me being like, "Hey, this is sponsored."
Right.
I'm like, but is it really sponsored?
Right, but you're also, well, you got to ask her, hey, did you pay for ad space on a social media platform? And then secondly, you're already just one removed by knowing her. She's already in your sphere of social media circle.
Yeah.
Now, it would be something if you had heard about her from like 4 or 5 people removed,
Yeah.
and then it was there, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that right there is not so far-fetched.
Not really.
Like, I wonder, like, I really need to start watching our fucking videos, because I wonder, as people are watching our videos, what ads play. And is it based off the content we discuss? Is it based off of commentary? Is it based off of whatever the fuck we put in the title or the description? Like, what kind of ads are we getting?
I think we're just getting random ads, honestly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, we probably get lowest bidder, like, I'm willing to pay this much, and maybe it'll reach a few people ads. You know, I don't know how that shit works as far as marketing.
Well, we're
goes.
also not monetizing our videos.
This is true. But still, even without monetizing,
I mean, how do you even do that?
Well, you have to create an AdSense account, and then you have to link the AdSense account to YouTube, and then you have to sign a contract with YouTube
okay.
saying
So
it's
now-
like, hey, you're only allotted to this much, you know, this, that, and another.
Oh shit. Okay. I remember back in the day, I looked into it, and literally it was just a setting that you can click on YouTube, like, I want to monetize videos.
Yeah.
And then that
Well,
was
yeah,
it.
no, you can just do that, but you also have to have these steps and accounts, other things, so you can get monetary gain.
Okay.
Or it's like, it's not going to be like YouTube's going to be like, hey, give us your bank account. I think that's
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not.
where it's like you're probably going to have to link your bank account to your AdSense account so you can get that money
yeah,
to
it's
your
like-
bank account.
It's like PayPal.
Kind of.
I mean, that's all it is a third-party transfer, and they just give you a little fee for transferring the money.
Yeah.
But no, I think so. I don't know, man. I think the VR goggles, as we know them, are going to change back more towards, like how Joe was saying, Google Glass, how that failed when it first came out.
Right.
I think as VR comes out, a lot of people are like, oh, this is too bulky to carry around, you know. And I think it will be like how your guys' glasses are, just VR.
I was about to say, once we actually develop like transparent screens and shit like that.
Yeah, and we're
Like-
kind of getting there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you have you looked anything into that as far as like where that technology is, because I haven't.
Well, I know they have the ones like that, like mirrors, and then all of a sudden you turn on the TV, it's like the mirror was never there type shit.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, they got shit like that out. So once we like perfect that, and then perfect actually just a pane of glass that can be a screen,
Mhm.
you know, that
Right.
Or
But then,
it's like, I saw something, it was fucking people cutting out like pieces of a monitor or whatever, and then putting it into like your glasses or like a pair of shades,
yeah.
and you know, just stripping the film off of the monitor so only they could see what's happening on the monitor.
whoa, that's
Or it's
wild.
like, I was like, that's actually really neat and innovative for that person.
But the only thing with that is that
Destroys the value of the monitor.
no, it's not what I was going to say. But anyways, resolution.
Yeah.
Resolution.
Does
That's
it
what I was
degrade?
thinking of.
Does it degrade the resolution or?
Well, I mean, if you're putting a tiny ass screen, like a super tiny ass screen in your glasses, we're not at the point where we can make well, we might be, but as far as general market, like I got a 4K TV, right?
Mhm.
Pixels are pretty small, but take just a little tiny portion of that, put it in glasses, it's gonna look like fucking pixelated as fuck, like worse than that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're talking like trying to get to a point where we can actually have good resolution via like nanopixels or something.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
So
something like that.
basically, you're taking 1080p, making it 240p. Basically.
Okay. I mean, that might come along, dude. I mean,
Oh, I'm sure it will.
I think
definitely will.
We've cycled out of our first technological revolution, I think, which is bringing out the iPhones and touching on hologram and VR technology. And I think we're getting ready to go into phase 2 of that same technological revolution, where we start diving more into
The more advanced type
yeah,
shit.
we're not necessarily worried about touchscreen. It's going to be more optical.
I was
Yeah.
about to
Things
say
to
we
do.
definitely got the fucking touchscreen shit on lock.
Right.
Well, there actually are programs that are eye trackers.
Right. And so as we fuck around with those more, but I think also you're going to start seeing the next wave of like how everything started in Silicon Valley and like parents' garage and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start to see now a more spread out type deal where you're saying people are fucking around on their own, cutting out monitors and putting them in glasses and stuff like that. And people are now building their own drones and people are doing a lot of their own custom shit, putting it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think our next tech revolution happens from people just around the fucking world just taking shit apart themselves and reassembling it.
Yeah, doing
You know.
something they want to do with it that
Yeah.
not necessarily everybody's looking into.
Right. And then I think big companies are going to be kind of slow on the uptake on that. And what's going to happen is you're going to have all these people starting off small YouTube pages and people like, oh, how can I get that? Or can you make that for me? Or custom orders. So you start to see e-commerce going through its second revolution where people are like, oh, the new mom and pop shop is me on YouTube building this fucking custom thing and selling it to people
Oh, yeah.
directly.
So literally fucking what's it called? Etsy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Literally Etsy.
Yeah.
Literally Etsy.
And whether it happens on YouTube or some other more niche technological website
Platform.
yeah, then I don't know. But I feel that's kind of where we're going to go. We're going to actually start to see like we were like Radio Shack. How many of those you fucking see around now?
Very, very few.
Exactly.
Not around
One.
here.
Computer parts stores, really.
The one up there literally just shut down like last year.
And then computer parts
No, it
stores.
was long before last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Is that used to be like the place to go to get fucking tech to build shit, right?
It was still
yeah.
it was still open when I got here.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because I know it's been closed for a long ass time.
Well, that's what I'm saying is you've got all that shit. So now brick and mortar shops are closing down. And it's all if I want shit like that, if I want really good shit and I want it decently quick, I go online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not so much in big cities as far as like New York and LA. I don't know how they fucking work out there. I'm sure there's a lot of mom and pop shops hanging in there with tech stuff.
Yep.
But eventually you're going to see
Certainly
like
is.
you're going to see essentially the mom and pop or brick and mortar design like this. Like if we started getting into like making our own custom vapes, like we had the shit to like etch out metals and 3D print shit.
Yeah, there's people doing that.
Exactly.
There's people have been doing that for years now.
Yeah. And that's I think where it's going to go.
I mean, we're already there in a lot of ways. Now, one thing I'm ready to see is, and I know it's becoming a thing like hardcore, but more and more custom computer things like cases and what have you.
Oh yeah.
Because I know they already have people who literally make cases from scratch, but now they have customizable shit. You could get plates like to cover the backside of your graphics card and like various parts of the inside of your case that are just custom.
Yep.
Like there's a company out there that'll literally screen print something and you tell them what type of graphics card or what type of motherboard, what type of whatever case or whatever, and they will put whatever design you want on it. And they send it to you. You put that shit on.
That's crazy.
You got custom shit.
Yeah. Well, I follow a lot of automotive custom shit. So.
Well, yeah, but that's been around for years and years and years.
Well, I'm talking like the level it is now. Like, there's this page that I follow on Instagram. Like, fuck is it? It's like basically they do custom lighting, automobile lighting. Like, you can send them. There's the guys they do that. I don't know if it's the same.
Well, see, that's one. That one in general is getting really big in the U.S. now. It's been big in Japan forever now.
I was gonna say, I remember you showing me shit like
since LEDs.
Yeah.
Like it's been big in Japan.
I remember you showing me shit like from like 3 or 4 years ago with like crazy fucking LED shit in Japan. And they were doing like the wild exhaust. And I think it's just now starting to hit the West Coast a little bit, but I start seeing a lot more over here now where a lot of people are doing like custom LED work with fucking taillights. It's fucking.
Well, it's like there's one dude in my apartment complex. His car is literally like the whole bottom trim of it like has LEDs in it, like going across the car into the wheel wells, across the bumper and fucking.
Oh, so that's just like
Nose.
strips.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like strips or is it actual like? Because when you see like the LED tail lights, it's actually like a plate with the lights, and it's got a programmer to it.
It's
however
literally
you
a
want the
custom
fucking-
circuit
Yeah, no, he
board
has
with
that
LEDs in
too.
it.
Okay.
He has that too, but I think he also has it connected to those LED strips that he has under the trim and everything.
Okay. Yeah, that shit trips me out whenever I see like people have like their turn signals and it'll be like a star bursting or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
whoa.
that got really popular here when the Mustangs came stock with it, or it was an option or something. Where it was
Sequential.
sequential, yeah. So now a lot of people are just like, "Oh shit, I want that on my car."
Yeah, man.
So I mean, now if you're smart enough, you know how circuit boards work.
You're right.
Get it all out!
Oh shit.
Get it all out!
You're like literally making it so much worse.
I've seen
Helps you get it all out.
I've seen
No,
the
you
like basically the first gen Mustangs, how they're like flat. They now have like the fucking sequential mod for them. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, sequential isn't that hard to do mechanically. Like if you just want like you hit your turn signal, you just have a series of delay switches.
well, right, but very few cars have that many brake lights separated. Most of them have like one bulb,
Right.
so they can't do that. So you'd have to go the LED route, put a circuit board in there somehow.
Yeah, the CRX would be one of those ones that.
Like, now I got an awesome idea for the TC because you've seen the brake lights on that, right? Looks like a fucking revolver.
Yeah.
Dot, 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 dot.
You're gonna like.
Whenever I do a turn signal, it just that would be dope as fuck, right?
Yeah. You might want to Google to see if someone hasn't already come up with
Or
a kit for that.
you know the mirror ones. Get some type of like the mirror turn signals I have.
Oh yeah.
Get some type of like tube lighting or something that'll just go like.
I mean, it wouldn't be that hard though.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be
In
hard
theory,
at all.
In theory, it'd probably be more the installation and execution.
Yeah, of course. But like, I've got lots of cool ideas now that you mention it. But
yeah, dude.
will I ever do them? Probably not, because I want to get a different car anyway.
Well,
But
shit, you never know, dude. Draw them up and send them to someone. Like, hey, I want this made.
hey, I want this made. I think you can market this out to people. Give me the prototype free, and you can have the idea.
Something, yeah.
Give me a percentage of what you make, of course.
Yeah.
But you know.
I mean, I don't know how any of that works as far as business savvy, or if they like to, or if people like to.
But then I
keep all
just
that in-house.
set it on a public thing, so someone's gonna be like, "Hey, this is my idea."
Fuck it, whatever. I mean, it. All right, so
But
I
I
can't,
mean-
like people are always listening.
Exactly. I mean, in that sense, it's one of those things. Especially like back when I did graffiti, it was kind of cool. Like, I did that.
Yeah.
Someone else might take credit, but there's no face behind it. It's just
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of people like the Banksy thing. Like a lot of people like to take credit for that. Like,
yeah, exactly. Which I mean, in a sense, I mean anybody could be Banksy. I mean, anybody can duplicate that.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's like Kilroy. Back
oh
then,
yeah, everybody in
World
World War II did that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just a random dude who's just like morale.
War II.
Kilroy was here. Yeah.
Yeah, I put Kilroy on the
America.
panel. And what? Oh man, I should have put Kilroy on one of those nukes.
Yo, I actually saw that when I was working at the airport. I was unloading some bags, and I saw that on the bin door.
Oh,
So it was just Kilroy. No
remember-
text or anything, just Kilroy. I was like, that's awesome.
that is. They sharpied in.
Yeah.
As I said, I know a lot of the graffiti on those planes in the back.
Dude, it's so great. I missed it. Like
How
I
come no
missed
one-
it.
How come no one ever got the? I noticed like it was all Sharpie, but no one ever got the idea to take a fucking paint pen and do shit.
I wish we had graffiti like that on our jets.
I mean, Sharpie in a sense could be a necessary thing to carry around,
Right.
but a paint pen, like that's kind of one of those things where you're just like, why do you have a paint pen?
Why the fuck?
I like
not?
huffing it.
Only if people see it.
Yeah, that's a
though.
good way to get fired, Kyle.
That is a
Swear
great
one.
way to get fired.
This guy
Huffing
gets
it.
fired, and everybody else has mandatory drug tests.
Oh fuck!
I get those anyways.
This is,
If he's talking about the
Different.
private sector, not necessarily military government.
but like, fuck. Well, I mean, hell, if anything, like any accident happened, no matter how minor it was, like if some dude took a belt loader and like as they were backing up, just happened to nick a cone or something, mandatory drug test.
Jesus Christ!
Like they got really hard on that shit for a while.
yeah, I can see that. But yeah, man, it is like rate at which we're growing technology and where it's going is getting pretty wild.
It is. Though it has become quite stagnant.
That's what I'm saying is like we're in a kind of lull right now where a lot of people are doing a lot of innovative shit, and it's just not being as publicized because we're being like
People want to protect their own ideas.
well, they want to protect their own ideas, but also
I was about to say, in that sense, it kind of comes down to greed.
Yeah.
yes and no. It's more too many people have gotten used to watching the big feature releases from like Samsung and Apple and shit. And
People have gotten used to seeing releases. They haven't
Right.
gotten to the aspect
Uh,
of making their own releases.
Right now, how often do you see like something some YouTuber did and people are like, "Holy fuck, we need to make this popular." You know, I've probably seen more ads these past 3 weeks about that stupid Samsung phone that you can fold.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like you got shit like that flooding the market where most of the fucking populace is still stuck in like, "Holy fuck, we got a smartphone." Like, there's not a lot of people that are tech savvy per se like you guys are. You know, where you guys stay kind of more on like the leading edge of like, oh, okay, people are doing this with composites or this with technology. Like how you were saying, like how much of just America alone, how much of our population is knowing about custom computers? Like my mom doesn't know jack shit about custom computers. I don't hardly know jack shit. Jeremy doesn't know hardly jack shit about custom computers. The dude sent the moon emoji again to turn on night mode in our private chat.
Comrade IT guy.
Oh yeah, fucking, so in our other chat that Joe and I have with our buddy Jeremy, he sent the moon emoji. He's like, "Sorry guys, I had to reactivate night mode." I was like, "You can do that in your settings, homie." He's like, "Well, I didn't know." It's like, he's like, "Where was Joe this entire time?" Joe's like, "I've been here the entire time."
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, well, I'm not very tech savvy. It's just, and you said like, "Damn" or some shit. I was just like, or no, you said "me too," and I was just
Yeah.
like, "So I'm the technology guy here."
Yeah.
Huh? He's just like, "Yeah, Joe, where were you 5 minutes ago?" I was just like,
I was
"Been here the whole time."
Just kind of how like I'm unspoken the tech guy for the podcast. I
Pretty
love
much,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, Joe's like the unspoken tech guy for what we do with that shit, which is hilarious. But no, I mean, not a lot of people. I mean, a lot of younger people, because you guys are like what, mid 20s, well, mid to late, whatever. Fuck. You know, and you got
Early
guys.
to late.
Well, okay, so but then you got like guys like me who are I'm 30 now. I don't really focus so much on where technology is going because smartphone applications for me is just kind of like, okay, that's pretty cool. That'll be the bread and butter for like the next decade to decade and a half until a lot more people like you guys start coming to maturity and hitting your 30s and start saying, "Hey, check all this shit out that we can do now," you know?
It's actually, I kind of want to show you something after the podcast now. It's on the DVD that Jordan let me borrow.
Well, the Nine Inch Nails one? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a certain technological aspect of one of their show that they did. It's really fucking cool. Like, really fucking cool. And this is back in like 08,
What do
09.
they do?
I'll have to show you. I'm not about to try and explain it.
Ah,
'cause it's like,
is it one of those like,
it's fucking wild, dude.
Oh,
Like, it's all computer program shit. Like,
oh,
pretty much like you have the stage and the band and everything, and then a screen in front of them and behind them or whatever.
okay.
And I
It's
can't
just the way
even
to work
explain
it.
it. It's fucking wild. It's like an interactive thing too.
What?
I'll have to show you it. Like, it's
That's
a little like not even 10-minute long featurette, so it's not like super long or
Nice.
anything. But it's
Okay.
really fucking cool. I think both of y'all will like it. Find it interesting.
I like it. I'm waiting for artists to do shit like that. And just like the show is like half interactive where you can like have an app on your phone and you're interacting with the concert and how shit happens. Like so many people get to vote what happens or some shit like that, and they give them set choices. You know, I mean, obviously, obviously it's got to guide.
I was about to
set.
say I don't like the idea of set choices because that kind of like kills the whole show.
Well, how would you do like an interactive type? Where would you?
Honestly, I don't think a concert should be interactive like that in the sense
think it
because
should
it's
be
the
more-
artist putting on a show for you. It's not
Yeah,
you choosing
okay.
the show.
I can
Like
see
that kind of kills the whole show. I mean, yeah, for one or a handful of people, yeah, that might make it better. But the rest of them, it's just like
They're just kind of sitting there like, oh, okay, I guess we're on the
All
roller
right,
coaster.
cool.
Fucking. I would really like to get, like, if I ever got like hardcore into EDM and like actually making my own shit, I wouldn't host traditional shows like how you see like big stage performances. I'd probably do like an art venue. I would want like an art venue type show. Where,
So you want a bunch of like rich art degree kids that are
oh no, nothing like that. Like it'd
fucking
be
whacked up off a coke, whacked up
yes,
off a coke.
that's what you're about. How did you know?
Coke out of the mouth.
That's right. I just need them like tripping balls on DMT.
Or
But no, it'd be like a kind of like as you go through it, like it'd be like set up like an art gallery, but as you're going through it, depending on what song's playing, every little album, like there'd be like LED screens, and they'd all be doing their own thing in reference to whatever song is playing. And as it transitions, like there's lights and shit like that.
That'd be cool.
It'd be a kind of controlled environment like that, where you're kind of taking them on a journey of like where you want them, how you want them to experience your music.
I like that.
But like in an art gallery, like just like I don't know why, but just like an art gallery setting, it's like people going like, oh, this is a fucking EDM show, and it's like, yeah, but it looks like an art gallery. And so you can be looking at one screen like, oh, that's fucking wild, and that's playing off of like a bass line in the song or something like that.
Yeah.
And you look over and you see another one that's playing off of like some random little synth line that you never noticed before, but it's there.
That'd be really dope.
It'd be a lot of coordination.
It'd be really cool. Like that'd be really cool.
It'd be a lot of coordination.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of tech.
See,
a lot of
I kind of want like
program scripting.
Yeah, I just don't know if anyone does anything like that.
Well, a lot of people do program scripting for music.
I meant like as far as like that type of show.
Well, I have seen people, dissect like songs and like put, like you said, like how they have their video
Mm-hmm.
and they dissect the certain parts of the songs where it's like this part's doing this and then this part's doing that.
Yeah.
And then this is doing that, and he goes through it all and shows each section.
Yeah.
And then he layers them all together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is if I did EDM, I'd want to do like highly like under publicized, really like you'd have to know word of mouth and who to go through kind of shows.
Oh.
See, that's what I want to do, but in the sense of like underground, like the classic fucking
classic rave style.
Yeah, classic rave style, like
a
OG rave shit.
Abandoned warehouses and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Shit you had to fucking break into and find a way to power that bitch.
I like it. That's pretty cool.
We could find it.
Because that's actually still big in Europe. Like underground rave scenes, like the people that are going to abandoned buildings and bam, there's a rave.
They've got like a lot of fucking crazy like abandoned bunkers and like just like shit from World War II and shit like that. So they got a lot of cool shit to do that at. In the US, you got abandoned farms. I mean,
people do that.
You generally don't find warehouses that are abandoned unless you're like on the outskirts of Detroit or something like that.
Yeah.
And still, even then, it's still relatively close enough to a populated area that if you did some shit like that, it would draw attention. People like, what the fuck is going on there?
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I don't know. One of the things that I'd really like to do, getting back in EDM, is have you ever been to the Airborne Museum downtown?
Of course.
You know how they have that shit where everyone sits down and like the seats are all moving and shit like that?
Simulator?
Yeah, do a simulator show like that and just literally have like 20, 25 people right there. And as you're doing your fucking live set list, you just got whatever the fuck is happening. And people are just like, no,
that would be hard to fucking pull off.
Yeah.
That'd be real hard to pull off.
Or you can just do a pre-recorded mix and fucking just.
I was about to say, if you did pre-recorded and then found all your visuals yourself that you wanted to do.
But then like you can, and like, or you can have like live, like, all right, so there's something similar like that happens in Universal Studios. I don't know if they still have it, but it used to be for the Terminator. And
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they'd have like the fucking animatronics come off to the side, and there's like live actors on the stage, and like the fucking Terminator would come out, and they would just like fire off like blank rounds with a minigun. It was fucking wild. Like, you're like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then like you'd go on like this crazy, like the fucking seats all move and shit like that with the screen. It was fucking wild.
Yeah, it's like a 4D ride.
Yeah, and you're like fucking 40 people deep in this motherfucker, It's fucking wild. Like something like that would be really cool, I think, to pull off, And like you just give it like, a pre-recorded mix, but you make it like a really like inclusive type deal. Like, I don't know what the fuck, like whatever story you want to tell. Like Jeremy is very big on this. He always says whenever he does a mix, he likes to do it from the standpoint of telling a story. And I always thought that was interesting. And I've always that's one piece of advice he gave me that I bit onto. And I was like, whenever I do mixes, I'm like, this is kind of a journey. How do I want this journey to play out? What am I looking for?
I mean, that makes sense because you got a lot of mixes out there that are just like they'll either start off like super mellow, build up, and then die down a little bit again.
Mhm.
And then they'll have their ups and downs of the whole mix, like whether it be tempo or just the actual like samples they use in general. But like thinking out a story in your head, and like even if you just like played some type of movie in the background with none of the movie audio and just played
Right.
set to that'd be
Yeah.
really fucking cool.
Or if you even recorded your own shit for it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
this is the
Like,
story I want to tell. Fuck it, we'll just record our own shit.
yeah, like
It wouldn't even have to be a good recording. You'd be like an iPhone or some shit. I don't know. Some like $100 camera.
Yeah.
Like I always really dig, and that's one of the reasons why I love fucking Nine Inch Nails. Is that Trent always puts on like a really inclusive show.
that's why I was hoping they'd tour this year, but I don't think they will. I think next year they will, because supposedly they're going to release a lot more stuff this year.
Okay, because I've always seen like their live shows like on YouTube and shit, and I was like, man, they need to go to one. That's probably like one of the few live shows I'd be willing to go to. I just don't like to do a lot of live, because you know how I am about. Yeah, you know how I am about big crowds and people.
Oh yeah, same. Like concerts are the only thing that like big crowds that I actually like
Mm-hmm.
I could deal with. Because like Rammstein, we were like near the front row when we went when
I'd love to see them. Now that you've shown me them live,
fucking
I'd love to fucking see that shit.
fucking amazing.
Them and I don't know if they're still. Because I don't dive into heavy metal like that. But Jeremy showed some shit. Showed me some stuff like some live shit from Guar, and those dudes get fucking wild, man.
Yeah, actually, when we were standing in line for Rammstein, everybody was saying, "Yeah, this is the best show besides Guar that there is out there."
Fuck.
Like literally.
I just
the
want to
best.
see it. Like I wouldn't even attempt to get into a pit. My old ass to get a broken hip. I'm like, fuck, I fucked up, guys. Need a med vac. Come on.
He's
No, like there's
Yeah.
stomping on
guys, stop.
There's
I
little-
can't.
At a show like that, there's no point in getting in the pit because you've got a show to pay attention to.
Right,
Like,
and
it's
that's
so
what
good.
I really want. And I wouldn't want to do any drugs. I probably wouldn't even drink.
Dude,
Just
on
because
shows like
it's-
that, no.
Yeah.
No. Like drink maybe, but like as far as like anything else, just like fucking enjoy that shit. It's
Yeah,
fucking
that's
dope.
what I'm saying. Like I want to see like how crazy their minds are with their music. Like
Yeah.
how do they meld their fucking shit? And I love stuff like that. You know?
I actually think you'll really love that DVD then. Like,
Okay.
it's really cool.
I'm about it, dude. I
Like,
just
I'll show you. I'm gonna just like show you snippets of the concert as well because like it's 2.5 hours long, but and there's 2 discs that are 2.5 hours long of a concert. So and then the bonus disc is like a couple of 10 minutes things.
well, I sat through a 3-hour movie last night, so
But yeah, I'll show you snippets of the concert and then I'll show you the but
Okay.
it's really fucking cool, man. It's really fucking
yeah, man. I just always love shit like that. Like the last mix that I did was a house heavy mix. And I don't know if either of you guys have ever played Mass Effect.
Yes.
But yeah, the main bad guy from the first one, Sovereign.
Yeah.
I just used a lot of like the vocal clips from whenever you talk to him on Vermeer.
Yeah.
And that just kind of carries the story for me as going through it.
Oh, yeah.
Like my favorite line from that entire exchange is whenever he's like, "You exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it." That's my favorite fucking. That's like the dopest line ever. And I was like, that's
Man,
fucking bad.
I want to get back. I want to get back into music.
I do
so
too.
bad.
Sean's been doing. Has Sean been sending you any of his shits he's been doing Fruity Loops?
No, I've seen a couple of things, but he hasn't actually sent me anything.
He's still doing a lot of the trap style music, like the earlier, like kind of like 2013, 2014 style trap.
Yeah, like original
Trap,
like
yeah.
OG trap.
OG trap, yes. He's been doing a lot of that shit still. But man, he'll crank them out and just like record like a little 30-minute, or not 30, but like a little 30-second to a minute session that he has.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, son. I was like, why aren't you recording this shit? And he's like, man, I only got the trial. And I was like, fuck. I got to figure out how much that shit costs. Because I got like the little MIDI fucking thing. I think it's a 4x4 or 3x3. I can't remember. But it'd be enough to just like hammer out a fucking song. And I can just get like a little MIDI board or something like that. And I got the turntable. So
We gotta try and like.
I want to get my fucking shit in that tower that you got, your old tower. I want to get my shit in there. So we got to figure out that Windows thing. Because I am stupid when it comes to shit.
Yeah, we gotta collaborate on that because like if you're gonna start getting into that, I'll fucking we can help each other out.
Oh, we're bringing
Use the
Jeremy in.
station.
Bringing Jeremy in.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, just like equipment wise, like we could all get together and fucking do our own shit, and then collaborate at right after we all do our own things.
Yep.
Like kind of work on shit. Like this will be the studio, you, me, and Jeremy.
That's it, man. And you can do shit. It's crazy now because with music and stuff like that. Now you can you don't even have to be in the same location to record or do shit like that anymore. Like,
I could probably do videography for you guys.
why not? I mean, if we get to that level, but that's what I'm saying. Is like you could do shit at your house, I could do shit at my house, and Jeremy could do shit at his house, all at different times, and then we just pick a day to come together and collaborate.
Well, I mean, as far as like equipment though,
Oh yeah,
that shit's fucking expensive, dude.
oh yeah.
I ain't at that level right now.
We'd have to fucking definitely plan that one out a little better. But yeah, no, I mean that's something I want to get back into myself. I know Jeremy's been feeling it a little bit lately. He's been wanting to get back into shit like that. His training for law enforcement is up in June. It's June or July. It's right around the fucking corner. So he's coming up on that.
That would be dope. But what I was trying to say earlier is what you're talking about in the chat. I didn't actually click the link, but that thing you're talking about in Japan where they're building their own Nürburgring type thing.
Oh yeah.
What's the deal with that?
So apparently they've already started. They've got like the first little section laid out, and it's their test ring, and they're tired. Essentially, they're trying to save costs on sending a bunch of engineers and their fucking vehicles and shit to the Nürburgring. The Nürburgring is, they say, way too open to prying eyes for prototypes that they're testing and yada yada. So Toyota's solution to that is essentially saying, "Fuck it, we're going to build our own Nürburgring around." They're building their own test track essentially.
Stand up for a second.
Oh, I'm pulling this forward. So essentially, that's what they're trying to do is build their own test track. And right now, they just have it at their production assembly line. What the fuck am I looking at? The word? Their factory, basically. They got it at their factory, and they're eventually going to extend it to go through some of the local areas, some of the city, and up a mountain and around. So it's going to have like just all kinds of different elevations, and I can't remember like the size they said it was going to. It was like, I might be lying. I don't want to lie about that though.
So that's going to be like a new There's going to be a premier ass track then.
Well,
if they made something like that crazy, they'd have to open that shit up.
Well,
to
they haven't said anything about necessarily opening it to public or private racing. They're just using it strictly for testing.
Well, right, but if they make something like that, they have to, or else they're doing themselves a
So only right now a 3.2 mile section of it is open. I'm not sure what they're trying to get. They're saying 70% of this total track's layout is going to consist of original trees and greenery. So you're just going to build it through some local forest and stuff like that. And they're going to add green spaces where they can. So it's supposed to be done in 2023. So it's about 4 years, and that'll be done. They're saying that it could very much. They're saying the owner of Toyota right now, or the CEO, Akio Toyota. They're saying they could very much see him opening up the track to a racing series.
Even I was about to say, they'd have to, or they'd be doing themselves a disservice in that.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because if they're gonna make something like massive, like anything close to the Nürburgring, they'd have to, because there's gonna be a bunch of motherfuckers that are gonna want to drive that.
Oh shit! A roughly 75-meter change in elevation between its highest and lowest points.
Hell yeah!
Fuck.
Hell yeah!
Damn.
So right now they only have 3.2 miles of it open. The facility is set to be open or completed in 2023. They're saying they're going to build it right into what's called Toyota Shis. I guess kind of like Toyota. I'm not sure how that would work or what that means. Toyota Shis. I just assume that like Toyota City or Toyota area. It's going to be built through their landscape. The new facility will wind through the inner part of the city, as well as through the mountainous topography that surrounds it once it's fully operational. And Toyota is saying the test track is going to be based on the long experience of the Nürburgring.
Hell yeah.
And they're not giving any numbers that I've seen so far as how big it's supposed to be in this article. But that's from the drive.com.
They're gonna have to I think especially if they want to make it like a test thing. Damn, we had a viewer for a second there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if they want to make it like a legit test center for their vehicles, I mean they should. If they're gonna have anything like open in the middle, like they should totally do like something off-roady for their trucks and shit.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think right now their plans are, one, they want to make it a lot like how the Nürburgring is.
Yeah, Mac, you're right. It's Toyota is a city in the Aichi prefecture, so she is a way to say city in Japanese.
Okay, obviously use context clues on that one, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure they would include an off-road type deal. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Trucks and shit.
Yeah, but also like rally art's still pretty big in Japan.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Always.
I think it'll be kind of similar to how the Suzuka test track was opened by Honda originally for the motorcycles and eventually incorporated road racing for cars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be something like that, you know. Maybe not necessarily like for motorcycles initially, but you know, the way that they want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not part of Toyota.
Yeah.
You could be.
I think, I don't know. I'm pretty sure something that spurred them to do that was whenever they were working on the new Supra.
Hmm.
And they said, I'm thinking just, I mean, mostly it's just a cost saving. And like you said, hosting races there would bring income.
Yeah.
You know,
Spending money to make money, man.
Especially like everyone in that city or prefecture who has like a car that they want to get out and race.
yeah, and they can open up small sections of track.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
host local race days. I mean,
Yeah, that'd be really fucking awesome.
it'd be really cool to see. And it's just 2023. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
we could save up money.
Big things by then, hopefully.
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 But also, I don't know. I'm still bummed about Toyota's decision with the fucking Supra.
Yeah.
I am. I'm glad that they're gonna do this. You know, they're embarking on that journey to have that track open and to do something crazy like that. But damn, dude, fucking Supra pissing me off so bad.
It'll be okay.
Only automatic. That's that and the fact that it's essentially just a BMW Z3. Just,
But I mean that as soon as it was announced, they already had people making kits for 2JG and manual transmission swaps. So
that makes me happy.
I mean, in that sense, it's cool, but still, like, it's kind of one of those things. Like, I understand going, you know, outside of your in-house shit to make a car like that.
Yeah.
But in the same idea, you know, the history behind the older versions of said, you know, models and whatnot. It's kind of like a big middle finger to the purists.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when Toyota first set out to make the Supra, it was very in-house, very Toyota R&D. You know,
It's like
just
a lot of people back in the day, like when Tokyo Drift came out, when they put the RB in the Mustang, a lot of people were just like, I hate you all. Fuck this movie.
which is pretty funny because there's probably like a lot of guys who had LS swap Mustangs sitting in the back, like,
yeah.
They're probably just in there like,
It's like there are guys with their heads in their hands, and then there's guys like.
But there are always peers. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, in the sense, like, if you have like a classic car, like example, fucking 280Z,
Okay.
keep the straight six, man.
Oh,
Like
Yeah.
it especially, you know, as the years go by, the older that car is,
It just becomes more valuable.
it becomes more valuable stock than it would be modified. Although, yes, it's cool to have a modified car and have fun in it. But like there's some cars out there that are just like, no, dude, just leave it stock. Appreciate the car for what it was. Because like, there's a lot of people out there who are, I don't know, and it's just,
No, I hear you. We talked about a lot of shit in the span of an hour.
Yeah, we did.
I'm a little angry at myself that I didn't plug this at the beginning.
It's okay. I plugged it. Kyle plugged it. I plugged it on a couple of platforms.
I plugged it on
I'll probably just
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
plug afterwards.
Yeah, I was about to say, just go to YouTube, share it to your Facebook or whatever.
And I got one of my favorite YouTuber streamers to check it out for like 5 seconds.
That's always good.
I was about to say, we had a couple of people pop in and then pop out, and then a couple people pop in.
Yeah, we had a lot of photos tonight.
Yeah. But
Every little bit helps.
I got some ideas for content that we'll probably talk about after we end this.
Hashtag content.
That's just an idea that I had brewing for like the past couple weeks. So I think it's a good idea.
my phone doesn't.
I hope the microphone picked that up.
It
Oh, look who
probably
finally
did.
decided to text
It's
back.
a very sensitive mic.
Ooh.
Like I was playing League with my buddies one night, and I was using this mic, and they heard me breathing. No, because it was a night because I took like a month off league, and it was like one of those moments where it's like you're getting back into it, and then you're experiencing like the pressure, the adrenaline, and everything. Where it's like when you fucking, I don't know, did something really awesome in the car, you're just really ready to fucking get it going. You're just like, let's go.
I gotta make the ST faster.
I was just talking about that to Kyle earlier.
She's like, yeah, I'm convincing Mac to do a bunch of shit to the ST, and I'm like,
all right,
I bet you.
So
I
what's
know
the deal
you
with
are.
those tails?
Not this paycheck. Maybe next. I don't. It's, my shit's fucked up financially right now because reasons.
Fair enough.
Well, we'll talk about off camera, but reasons. No, so I raced it in RSX Type S, and this thing definitely had work done to it. I'm never racing anything with the K series from a roll ever again. I just can't. They hit the high end and they get into the fucking VTEC, and it's just like, I'm like, God damn it. Turbo does nothing for me at that fucking high speed or at the higher.
That had to have
bandwidth.
something done to it. The stock, those things are kind of slow.
Yeah, no, it was quick. I mean, he wasn't like pulling, like he wasn't gapping me or anything, but like he was getting like about a length and a half. We were like, dude, we're on US 1 and it's about like 6:30ish in the morning, and we both dropped down to second gear with traffic behind us, like we were being dicks. And we were like, boom! We're just like, ah! And we're going, and I would fucking pull him until I topped out a second, and I had to slam into third, and that motherfucker, as soon as I did that, he was just that fucking fender length in front of me. I was like, God damn it, dude. And we did like 2 or 3 pulls like that. And every time he would get me by that fender, and then he would drop a gear and keep going. And once he got into that higher bandwidth, man, that power man just fucking, he was walking it. And I had to give him the thumbs up. I was like, hey, man, fucking, you rolled that. And then a few weeks ago after our podcast, I was heading on the way home. I hit All American. And I ran an EP3 on that. And the EP3 had some fucking work to it. And it did about the same as that RSX.
I was about to say, I kind of have a new respect for EP3s now, believe it or not, because I know I was trashing them last time we talked about
I'm telling
them.
you, man, everyone sleeps on the EP3, and I'm like, it's not a bad car for you.
Well, like, because I actually looked into them, and like, it's pretty cool. Even though the K series that they put into it,
It's not the best one.
it's not the best one by any means, but the way they designed the whole car with it, it works.
Yeah, it's a great design.
Like I kind of want to drive one now.
I've always been an EP3 fan. Always. But yeah, fucking yeah. It's just, and both of those times though, that awesome fucking rolls. I want to grab one of them motherfuckers from the dig and see what happens. If I can put like some distance between us initially, I think I'm safe.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. It depends on what gear we're going up to. But yeah,
The answer to that is yes.
maybe. The argument for a downpipe and cat deck exhaust is really being made. With the tune. You gotta tune it.
We're skeptics.
Go off, though.
You said what?
Blow off valve.
What are those even like? What does a blow off valve even do as far as?
It really depends on how you want to work it. Because I mean, I don't want to go too in depth with it, but you've got pretty much you could either with your whenever you shift gears, whenever you lose that boost, you could either recirculate it
Okay.
or you can blow it off into atmosphere.
All right.
And I can't remember off the top of my head the benefits of either or. But a lot of people just like it for the swishy noises, which I can't blame them because I think that's one of the dopest noises a car can make.
It's an aesthetic, especially when you get the sequential blow-offs.
Oh yeah.
All the sequential.
But
On a
I think as far as like beneficially, I think one is meant for if you have a specific like if you have a tune and then like a anti-lag and this, that, and this.
okay.
I think that's when you'd actually want to vent to atmosphere versus when you have the recirculation. I think that's more or less stock or lower end type shit.
Okay.
I can't remember off the top of my head, so I might be wrong, but
Tell you what I want. I want an Aztec death whistle blow off valve. I need to figure out how a blow off valve like innards work and if I could ever incorporate that noise into it.
oh yeah, totally. You totally could. It's just having to figure out where like it blow off valve, like where the air is released and finding a way to get the death whistle, whether it be just the sound somehow or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think it'd be hilarious. Shift the next one. Ah! What the fuck was that? Every little shift. Ah!
I mean, you're talking to an HVAC guy, so I can probably figure that out.
or before you race someone, you roll down the windows and play the fucking what were they, the Vietnam propaganda
Oh
kids?
gosh!
Where it was
Hanoi
like,
Hannah?
no, not Hanoi Hannah, but what the U.S. psyops used.
Oh, okay.
Like they played, it was like voices talking in native language.
Yeah.
Like it was supposedly like their dead ancestors talking. to them or
yeah.
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't remember exactly the name of it, but it was like tape something or whatever.
Okay. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about, though.
Fuck 'em up.
Fucking wild shit. Just be like, what the fuck is that?
Get a
And then when they
fucking-
lose, they're just like, oh.
It's my ancestors.
I think I just raced Satan. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd have to do all that with like the dude.
Hey
flat-
guys,
flat-
Satan drives an ST.
Nah, Satan drives a flat black Diablo.
That's
That's how that would happen. You're passing them, that engine's in the back there, so you just hear. "Ah!" Like, oh Jesus, what the fuck?
Why is your car yelling at me?
There's 12 cylinders and someone dying. What the fuck? And then
I
like
got
we're
the engine in the bag.
that's right.
Got the
Lambo
horses
Matic
in the
Black.
back.
That's right. I would just like where the fill tank is. I'd like insert baby blood here.
Virgin blood.
Ooh, that's right. All right, we ready to wrap this one up?
Or you could put in
Might
your...
as well.
Yeah, might as well. Well, all right.
All right.
Well, thank y'all for stopping by, and I hope that y'all enjoyed yourself. Joe's being a Japanese schoolgirl.
I'm on thumbs and guns. Thumbs and guns.
Think again.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo.
God damn it.
All right, guys. See y'all later. Peace.
Like, comment, subscribe.